This is the car for cool soccer moms. I'll include a link to the Jerry Signer Chevy's website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood we have a turbo 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 20 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 328 horsepower and then 326 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. I think this red is probably one of the best colors that Chevy currently has. Now the Traverse has the split light design with the daytime running light up above, headlight down below, and then the grille's all blacked out with the Chevy bow tie being blacked out, and then you have a little offset RS badge. And when you put everything together, the front end of this is boxy and sporty looking. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 45 by 22. The wheels are completely blacked out. Same thing with the fender flare. And I think it's actually really nice that they black out the fender flares, the bodywork at the bottom, and then even the mirror cap so that it all ties in together. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the Chevy bow tie on the back. On the front face, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, and then the opening for the tailgate. And by tailgate, I mean rear hatch. Now, with the new Traverse, it's massive, so you've got plenty of space behind the third row, and you can obviously fold down the third row for more space. Chevy makes that easy with these controls. The third row also raises up automatically. The second row only folds down with buttons, no raise function. Smoked out taillights to go along with the sporty theme. Also, you've got a bunch of exhaust tips to go along with that too. That will cap things off for the exterior. We got a lot of muscle with this week's giveaway. The first car is a 1964 Corvette Resto Mod with a 500 horsepower small block V8, a 5-speed Tremec manual, and upgraded brakes to give you modern performance. The next is a new Z06 with all the carbon fiber and the 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8, producing 670 horsepower. On top of that, you do get $60,000 in cash if you win this giveaway to help pay for the taxes. As always, use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus tickets on any donation, $25 or more. Keyless entry for inside, and let's check it out. Lots of soft touch on the door panel. You got red stitching there at the bottom. More red stitching here on the seats, perforated all down the center on top of that, and then all the adjustments are pretty nicely labeled. Legroom in the second row is great. We have a storage pocket, cup holders in the rear. We also have our own climate zone and heated seats. Third row passengers get more of that nice red stitching. They also have vents up above. And when it comes to spacing, you can fit adults back there. Keyless entry for up front. Let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We've got our memory seat function just down below. And then you can see that the driver window is automatic and the mirrors also power fold in. And then there's more red coloration on the front door panel. RS logo there on the headrest. And then again, the seats perforated down the center. Power adjustments with lumbar support. The passenger seat's also power adjustable with lumbar support. To the left of the steering wheel, you've got your drive mode select, your all-wheel drive mode select. Yes, this can switch between front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. And then auto stop start. Let's now hear the roaring fury of that 2.5 cylinder. Now this one's equipped with Super Cruise, which is a great daily driver feature, road trip feature too. You also have a bunch of practical controls in the front face, which include items like the heated steering wheel, the control for the center screen, and then the Super Cruise controls on the other side. There are paddles and radio controls in the back of the steering wheel too, and even a column shifter. Full digital gauge cluster, and you can actually change what is displayed. The camera doesn't like that one. But yeah, it's very customizable in that sense, and so that adds to the practicality. 360 camera system with this too. Just like other modern Chevys, you have a giant screen in the center which has a lot, like the light controls, lane departure. A lot of stuff is built into this screen. It is quick to respond, which is a big plus. It does also come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Climate controls are accessible at the bottom, but they also give you some physical buttons for the temperature and the fan speed. So it's not like everything's in the screen, but a lot is. Phone charging pad with some USB and 12 volt action. We got some cup holders here, and then the center console. More nice stitching, soft touch on that, and same thing with the dash. Camera rear view mirror up top, and no sunroof actually. 2026 Traverse RS, $59,790. Let's see how the Traverse performs. Time to set off in the RS, the cool soccer mom car. And I mean, this really would be a good soccer mom car because of how much space it has inside. It is quite the cozy cabin. One downside about the space is, yeah, it's a little bit more of a machine to maneuver. But you get used to it. You definitely get used to it. What I still don't think a lot of people get used to is the seats. I think that General Motors needs to fire whoever's making seats in their cars. They look nice, but they're just too firm. You know, I've been nice over the years and said, you know, you just got to sit up with good posture. But I don't know. I talk to a lot of people, and I now know a lot of people that have like genuine back issues and they can't sit in these seats. It's like General Motors is literally losing customers to just the seats, which is crazy. You wouldn't think that with modern cars. You think it would be like, oh, the engine or like this thing or that thing. Nope, it's the seats. So GM, fire the seat person. Hire someone else. Preferably from like, say Ford or Lexus. Because they make comfortable seats with those brands. Ford, Lexus, Lincoln, whoever. Range Rover too. They make comfortable seats. There's someone who can fix your cars. Anyways, this 4-cylinder, I don't know if it's ever gonna fully grow on me. It's got good torque. The transmission's very quick. The performance is great. And it doesn't sound great, but it's like not too obnoxious. You've got double pane windows up front, so kind of helps isolate you a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I like bigger engines. But I will say the suspension on this is a long wheelbase, it's pretty comfortable. Yeah, when you go over the little bumps and everything in the road, you feel it, but it's not too jarring. It would be nicer if the seats were better. Then it wouldn't be a problem at all. It's a bit of lag initially, but at least it kind of builds up a decent amount of torque, and it seems like it can get out of its own way for the most part. Yeah, in terms of these 3-row crossovers, it's definitely one of the more comfortable ones, and a big part of that just comes down to the size rather than the shocks and the springs. It's just so long that, you know, you hit something with the front end and it takes like a year and a half to hit it with the back end, so the car doesn't really react too much to it, which I appreciate. I do like the steering wheel too. It's a smooth enough trim that you can kind of just slide it through your hands. This is nice. Overall, I think this has most of the features that people are looking for. It's got good space. It's comfortable to drive in. It's quiet for the most part. Do get some noises from the engine, but it's not that bad. My biggest critique on this is the seats. And then, like I said, Chevy should offer a different engine. Again, ICE cars got put on the back burner for so many years because of all of the funding going into EVs, and it's showing now. It really is. Because we have a bunch of these ICE cars that are kind of lackluster in the powertrain department. So I think that it's not just General Motors, it's everyone in the car industry right now. I think that a lot of these folks at the car companies need to go back to the drawing board, get us some new ICE engines that are a little bit better, and yeah, then we'll see what happens after that. But let me know what you guys think about the new Traverse. Still think it's a very nice, spacious family car, and with Super Cruise and with the insulation this has, and this would be a great road trip vehicle. It'd be really hard to beat this.